Ani mami liu ni mati itu Your Excellency. Soli sa kana may mga lalataki. May soli na may mga manataki. Kivira sa kana nung nililiwaw. Kivira na may matabupa na mga ito. Era santa may tinday. May kimami sa iya yan nilolak mo. Ano kung sa kanil ba mga ito sa ato yung matigi mami may kimami mga rin.
Alla vettikin langin kamunanga me somi mai na kena vei wa kalungatai. Ni kalungata chuga na vei tai. Kalungata chuga na leo no da mata timi tau do. Ni na mata ta kibiti chuko na dito ni na maritaspika. So mucho mai langin kena vei kalungatai. Yang lako chuga na bandemu kay na kaukawan yang nomuni chuga na kaka. Vei mani chugo kalungata chuga na no mani viti. Wag kalau cuma kami coba nak mana? Tidak. Again, I'm honored to receive on behalf of government of the people of Fiji, our Team Fiji delegation that will be representing Fiji at the 2019 Pacific Games in Apia, Samoa, from the 7th to the 20th of July. Now, at the outset, let me welcome the presentation of your traditional i-Tatau and thank you. In the usual manner of pleasure and humble appreciation and gratitude, we have always welcomed all the national teams who had come before you to the State House. In fact, you are one of the very first teams that is privileged to present your i-Tatau in this newly refurbished State House and this newly reconstructed and refurbished conservatory. For those of you who have been here before, we used to have an old rickety Patuniloa here. And every time we have big delegations like you come in, it scares me because the floor then was likely to fall apart. But now you can stamp your feet as much as you can, you know. But it's so nice to see you all and so nice to host this i-Tatau ceremony on the very new roof and new surroundings. Now, on that note, on behalf of my wife and I, together with the State House staff, we welcome you all and wish to convey the nation's congratulations to each and every one of you for making it into Team Fiji. Now, I'm reminded of the biblical phrase that you've heard from the Good Reverend that many are called, but few are chosen. And you are the chosen few from the many who vied for a spot in your respective sports to represent Fiji to the 2019 Pacific Games. I'm also informed that the 2019 Games motto is "One in Spirit." Now, this dictum is powerful and inclusive in the sense that with unity, anything and everything is possible. The motto is shared by the Pacific Games organizers, and I quote, is a call to action, a value-driven statement, and it has a faith-based element, unquote, and you've heard that again from the Good Reverend. You know, one in spirit calls for many things, one of which is to work together, watch over each other, and work with your coaches and your management. Very important, whether in the sports arena or within the camp. Now, once again, bring about the opportunity to test and showcase your skills. The competitions you will partake in will entail participating against some of the best athletes from around the Pacific. Now, hence the need to support and be there for each other, which is of paramount importance. Now, therefore, whatsoever you do it for the glory of Fiji, and most importantly, for God. Now, I'm also advised that these Pacific Games will see the inclusion of Women's Rugby League competition, and the first of its kind for the Pacific Games and for Fiji. Now, this is indeed welcoming news as far as progress of rugby league in Fiji and the Pacific as a whole is concerned, and as patron of Rugby League Fiji, I'm so glad and equally appreciative for its inclusion in the Pacific Games program this year. I'm also advised that this Fijian sporting contingent comprises of a large number of competitors or still students, and I see a lot of young faces around here. Well done. Now, this is certainly a sign of progress, and I acknowledge and commend the work of all sporting organizations that are able to put in place an appropriate development structure and program for the athletes, especially for students who are representing us this year. Now, this morning, I'm particularly pleased to note that Team Fiji is today accompanied by some para-athletes who are also traveling to Samoa to participate in another prestigious competition, including athletics and table tennis. It's good to see some of you again. You were here not too long ago to present the i-Tatau, and congratulations, my belated congratulations for your performance in the last competitions you represent this country. I warmly congratulate you all. You are certainly reminding the nation that disability should never be used as an excuse to deny you from living a very active and equally fulfilling life. Now, despite such physical setbacks and challenges, with determination, the sky is the limit, and that is why I referred to some of you, or all of you, when you were here, as persons with determination. With all of you, I wish to share again the enlightening words of the founder to the precursor of the Special Olympics, Miss Eunice Kennedy Shriver, who said, and I quote, "You are the stars and the world is watching you. By your presence, you send a message to every village, to every city, and to every nation. A message of hope, a message of victory, the right to play on any playing field, you have earned it." Unquote. Words of wisdom indeed. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let us be reminded that our beloved nation is currently involved in some very important and historical international feats, especially in the areas of leadership and sports. Now, Fiji, through its permanent representative in New York and Fiji's High Commission in London, joined members of 31 small island developing states to represent Fiji at the Our Oceans Wealth Summit that was hosted just last week, at Coquin Island by the Republic of Ireland. Now, earlier last month, our Prime Minister, the Honourable Bainimarama, attended and gave a special address at the 6th Australasian Emissions Reduction Summit in Melbourne. And later in the month, Fiji hosted both the United Nations Secretary General, who was here, Antonio Guterres, and the third Climate Action Pacific Partnership Conference. Now, the need to save humanity and planet Earth from the effects of climate change, to leave no one behind irrespective of where one resides, and the continued efforts in educating and advocating efforts to build greater resilience to growing climate impacts whilst modernizing and decarbonizing our economies and societies demonstrate the big challenges Fiji has taken on board as a very concerned and equally determined responsible member state in our global community. Now, likewise, the performance of our Fiji's 7th rugby team in the sports arena during the 2018-2019 HSBC series, and they're winning the Hong Kong Sevens title for 5 consecutive years, becoming the first team ever to do so, are successful achievements we should all be proud of. Now, I mention this to you because I want you to know that you are not alone in your efforts to do well in sports for yourselves, your families, and our beloved nation. You can be part of a winning team that will make Fiji proud too. Today, I encourage you all to work as a team. Play a part in your respective sports and individual positions well, but together. Listen to each other and look after one another. I commend your respective coaches, your officials and medical staff for preparing you well for the Pacific Games and beyond. Your efforts and support have enabled the athletes to qualify for the Pacific Games. Now, at this juncture, it would be remiss of me if I do not mention and acknowledge the support and sacrifice of your respective parents, guardians, and families. I also wish to acknowledge the tremendous and vital support of your benefactors. On another note, as a chief advocate and champion in our beloved nation's effort to combat the present real and clear threat of non-communicable diseases, NCD, related ailments, hypertension, diabetes, to name a few or two, within our communities, I wish to remind you, please, this is a plea, please remain fit and healthy by living a healthy lifestyle, now and always, even when you get to my age. I really feel my age. People ask me, how old are you, Mr. President? I said, I'm ancient. but I'd like to think that I'm fitter than the average person. And for your information, my team and I, we try to do our 5-7 kilometer run walk in the mornings, and every Friday morning we hump our packs up and down the hills in Nambuka Base and Namosi. You're most welcome to come and join us. Now, inculcate and practice healthy living habits and get everyone, your friends and your families, to know that. It is important to stay healthy. Our nation spends so much annually to treat NCD-related ailments. Sadly, we spend about $400 million to treat such ailments, much needed funds that could be directed into other sector developments like education and improving sporting facilities to ensure that you, our young athletes of today, have the opportunity to continue to represent our country as healthy, fit, well-trained and motivated Fijians, and be an added inspiration for other young athletes in years to come. I wish to remind you that as national representatives, you all have an obligation to perform to the best of your abilities and to be good ambassadors for Fiji, both on and off the field. Represent your nation with passion and pride, by all means. Giving your best while you have the opportunity. Do it for those who missed out, for your families, and for Fiji. I once again extend my personal best wishes and the nation's wishes for successful outing. Our prayers are with you all as you depart our shores. And Almighty God bless you all, your respective families and our beloved nation, Fiji, and may He favor you in your games. Mawalevu, thank you, thanks, and Dynawat.
Come here. Well done. Another student,